Hey, what's up? Salute to you out there.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Pretty good, pretty good. Glad to have you on the platform, man. I'm pretty excited to hear what you got to say, man. First of all, I just want to know, where did you grow up at?
I grew up in Vineland.
Okay, grew up in Vineland. So we have a veteran from the Navy that's from Vineland. All right. So, my first question to you is, what made you want to join the military?
Well, I was lost when I was a kid. And I was lost when I was a kid. So my dad wanted to, he was in the Navy in World War II.
Take your time. Hold on. Your dad was in the Navy.
Yeah.
Oh, so you got a history of family.
Yeah.
Okay, well, before we go on, how many family members of yours have been in the forces?
My uncle was in the Navy also.
Okay, so your uncle was in the Navy,
My uncle and my dad.
and your dad was both in the Navy. What year?
I was doing World War II.
Oh, nice. Nice. Now are they still living?
No, they both passed away. My uncle died before my dad. My dad died in 1996, I believe.
Okay, so how old were they?
My dad was 88, and my uncle was about in his 70s.
Okay. Well, salute to them. Sorry to hear that.
Yep.
Okay, you can finish your story now. We was talking about what made you want to get started to go to the military.
Well, I was lost. I couldn't really find a job. I really wasn't looking hard. I was just goofing off. So I decided just to go into the Navy. And went in there in 1976.
Okay, so where did you go? And did you go with any friends, or did you just go by yourself? And where did you where did you go in order to sign up?
Well, we went to, Vineland had a recruitment office right at Landis Avenue and the Boulevard.
Nice.
There was a recruitment office there. We went there. When I went there, my friend came with me. He got turned down. I got moved to Philly. So then they gave me a date to go to Philly for the physical and the whole 9 yards. Then find out from there in Philly where I would go to boot camp. So I made it through Philly, got out, and ended up going to Great Lakes in 1976.
Okay, so that's cool, man. That's cool. So how did it go when you went to the recruiting site? How was that experience?
Well, I went to the Philadelphia Recruiting Center, or when I went to the boot camp.
Let's start with the Philadelphia Recruiting Center. How was that experience?
It was very strange. There was a lot of guys there, and the doctor's favorite words were bend over and grab your ankles. That's what it seemed like.
Why is that?
You had to stick their finger up to make sure everything was okay.
Oh, wow. They really had to do that?
Yeah.
So that was kind of like a doctor thing.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. All right. So when you got done signing up, how long did you have to wait before you found out the news?
Just like, not long at all. I went in April 1st, went to Philly and flew to Chicago. And from Chicago, we had to wait hours for the bus to come to pick us up. They take us up to Great Lakes. So we waited like 2 hours. Lunch was went out there. We got there and we started the boot camp.
Okay, and you said you went to boot camp where?
In Great Lakes, Illinois.
Illinois.
Yeah. Right above Chicago, about 80 miles north of Chicago.
Nice.
Right on Lake Michigan.
Okay, so when you got there, did you like the facility that they took you to at the boot camp?
It was strange getting used to it. After all, overall, it was pretty good. The first thing they did when we got there was we went in and they had a letter already written up, and we had to sign our names to our mothers. They said, you gotta call mommy, you gotta write mommy, you don't call them where you write.
Okay.
So that's what they did.
Okay, cool. So so when you got there, You got to chill for how long before you guys actually started boot camp?
Not well. No, the next morning. We got there at night, and the next morning, it was bright and early, 5 o'clock in the morning, up and at 'em.
Okay,
We
so
got earlier every day.
okay, nice. So what time did you have to get up for boot camp every day?
About 4 o'clock.
Wow.
Except when they called us in the middle of the night and made us dig a hole, and then fill it in and then go back to sleep for an hour.
Wow.
That wasn't fun.
That was part of the training.
Yeah,
Nice.
all that was.
Nice. Okay, so what was boot camp like? Just a little overview of the boot camp.
It was a big area. They had the rifle range, which I like to go on a lot. They had other facilities there. There were very few waves, meaning female Navy people.
Was there a female site on there too?
Yes, there was. But not in the camp, but the females were working there.
Oh, so there was no female
There were
boot
female-
camp.
No, there was no female boot camp in the area.
Oh.
I think there is now. I'm not sure though.
Okay, cool.
I know that we did the whole complex, probably around between 1990 and 2000. Because I met another Navy person who drove me to my appointment one day, and he said he got out of boot camp in 2002.
Okay.
So he was like 4 years after me.
Okay, cool. So how long was boot camp? How many months or whatever?
8 weeks. It was 6 to 8 weeks. After 6 weeks was up, I flew out to San Diego for my A school. I went for a medic. When I got out there, everything was okay, but then the next day, they told me that it was canceled on me. So I had to fly back to Great Lakes. I get back there, I go for my B school. My B school, I didn't have one. So I made one, I said, give me fireman. So I got training for a fireman out there in the Great Lakes.
Okay, cool. So so you said that boot camp was 8 weeks. So that's 2 months.
Yep.
And then during boot camp, did any guys quit, or did any?
Yeah.
Some guys quit.
Yeah.
How many guys quit?
I'd say about a third of our squad quit.
Wow.
Maybe 15 guys.
Now, why did you think they quit?
They couldn't handle it because we had Marines for our instructors, and they couldn't handle it from them.
Wow. I didn't know a lot of guys didn't make it.
Yeah. A lot
Nice.
of guys didn't make it.
Nice. So how come you made it? Why did you not
I
quit?
just kept my mouth shut. I walked straight. That was it. Keep my mouth shut. Didn't fraternize with anybody.
So were the guys that was running the boot camp? You said they were who now?
They were Marines.
So were they mean?
It's Sergeant. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was a real SOB until he graduated. He was a nice guy.
Okay. So you get through boot camp, and then they send you to where did you say they sent you after boot camp?
I had to go to San Diego.
Okay, now what was going on in San Diego?
I was going from my A school, which was a medic, to get trained in medicine and fighting and whatever.
Nice.
So now that school fell through. I don't know what happened.
Wow.
And I had to go back to Chicago.
Wow. To finish.
Yeah, now to finish getting out of school, yeah.
Okay, so how long did it take you to finish when you went back to Chicago?
About a month.
Okay. So, and after that month, you got a certification?
No, they just said you're a fireman now. And they'll assign you to a ship, go back to San Diego. My ship wasn't there. I hung out there for 3 weeks, still on a ship.
Nice.
Then went back to Illinois again, and that's where I did the rest of my tour, right there. In Chicago and Great Lakes, that's it.
Okay, nice. Okay, so after that, you got your certification and everything. You finished boot camp. Okay, now, where was the first place that they sent you to after that?
Well, I really never left the States. So it was the first place I was sent to was San Diego.
Okay.
So, and then I went back to Chicago. It was in between Chicago and San Diego a lot.
Okay, now, did you ever go overseas?
No.
Oh, you got
I
lucky.
got lucky, yes I did.
Wow. I mean, even though a lot of guys like to travel overseas.
It was peacetime. I mean, I'm sure if I was doing some kind of conflict, I would have gone overseas.
Oh, okay,
So it was
okay.
peacetime when I went in.
And what year was this?
1976.
Okay, so there was no bad war.
Yep.
Okay.
I got out a year before Desert Storm started. I got out in '79.
Okay, nice. So give me some things that happened while you were in Chicago. Give me a couple, maybe a story or two of maybe you could think of something that you remember vaguely about what happened over there and some experiences.
All it was basically the guys would get together and, I didn't know anybody from anybody. They'd go out drinking and hell raising all along Chicago's east side. And I can't remember hardly anything about that. I went, that was it. I did Carlson's father, he said all the guys would go get tattoos and whatnot. But I never got one.
Okay.
I just didn't want one. He said, why mess up your body? Well, I should have got one since now everything's in. I should have had some ink on me.
Okay, so you guys were still training during this time though?
No. This is after boot camp. We weren't training. We still had to do our physical fitness in the mornings and whatnot. But we were just waiting to see what shift we were going to go to.
Okay, now
My ship never came in, so I just ended up staying in Chicago.
wow, did any of those guys go on the ship?
No, I think it was 10 of us all together. We all didn't get a ship, which is okay.
Okay.
It's okay by me.
All right, cool. So your training, you still had to train, you said.
Mm-hmm.
So what was the training like? Give me some details about your training.
Well, when we were in San Diego, we went out on the ship. I can't remember the name of the ship. It was a destroyer. We went out into the ocean, and then they made little fires on the deck, and we just kind of put them out. That's all. There were 3 guys on a hose. I think it was 3 guys on a hose, and we just went over and squirted it over, squirted it out. They had also had helicopters on there that would go up in the air, could simulate a crash. We have to put it out. How they simulated it, I can't even remember. It's been so long. But everything since then, basically go out in the ocean for a week and then come back. It wasn't long at all.
Okay, so that's cool, man. So, you just got to stay in the States,
Mm-hmm.
still did your training,
Yep.
and it's pretty easy going time during no wars, no drama.
No drama.
Now, at this time, did you hear about any other countries doing any other things, or was anybody going at it at the time?
We heard some scuttlebutt about Iran and Iraq.
Okay, well, what about that?
They just heard that the Taliban was starting to come up in arms. Everybody was getting, and this was getting closer to '79 when I got out. So this was getting easier for me.
Nice.
So they did ask me if I wanted to stay another 4. I said no.
So how long did you stay in?
It was 76 to '79. It was about 4 years.
Okay.
Very close to 4 years.
Okay, so why did you choose to leave instead of staying?
Because I felt I grew up enough to go back home and find a halfway decent job or start my own business.
Okay. Where did you leave because you just didn't like it, or you left because you felt like it wasn't for you no more?
Well, put it this way: if I would have had my knowledge back then that I have now, I would have stayed in.
Why?
Because I missed all the excitement, I missed all the adventure that I could have really had, and I regret that. That's one thing I do regret.
Okay.
Well, I thought I was making the right decision at the time. I was 23 years old. I thought I had the right decision.
Okay, so how was the pay? Were they paying you guys?
The pay was good for back then. We got paid every 2 weeks.
Which, how much?
Geez. I'm trying to remember. I think we got about $500.
You got about $500 or what?
Every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks you got $500.
Yep.
Well, that's not bad for back in the day.
Back in 1976, that was pretty good money.
Because if you worked a job, give me a ballpark figure how much you'd be making every 2 weeks. If you had a job back then.
I think back then it would have been like $10 an hour, maybe. I probably would have made about $400 a week with all the taxes we've been taking out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're making $500 every 2 weeks. Back in what year?
1976.
All right, that's
76 and 78. Then it went up to like 600 from 78 to 79.
okay. Now, how were they treating you guys back then? Did they treat you with respect? Did you feel like they didn't treat the soldiers with respect?
No, they didn't treat anybody. People in general didn't treat anybody with respect as far as veterans go or in the service or not. Once in a while, you say mostly all the hookers were the ones that were saying hi to you and being nice to you. That's neither here nor there.
Did you guys have insurance?
Insurance was the Navy, yeah. We had
Okay.
insurance.
Okay, that's cool, man. That's cool, man. So, we're going to wrap this up, man, because I see that, there was no wars. You did do your training. You did get on the boat.
Yeah.
And it was pretty easy time around that time. So, after you got out, what did you end up doing? And did your years in the Navy benefit you in any way when you got out?
I would have to say yes to that because my heart lied in medicine. And that's where I wanted to be, into medicine. So I went to Newcomb Hospital in Vineland, and I worked as an orderly. I worked there for quite a long time.
You worked there because of the degree you got?
No, I worked there because the Navy couldn't put me in as a medic, so I went there on my own, and I knew how to do CPR. I brought people back to life. That's what I wanted to do, and I loved doing it.
Now, wait a minute. You said the Navy wouldn't put you in as a medic.
No, they wouldn't because at my school it never materialized. That was my A school.
Now, explain that.
I can't because they never gave me a straight answer as to why. Because I inquired about why did my A school cancel on me, and why did you send me back to Chicago? And now you send me back to San Diego for something else. I said I really wasn't very happy with that.
You felt like they should have gave you opportunity.
Yeah. They never should have canceled my A school. I don't know what happened, but that's why I have two schools. There's one canceled out.
Oh, interesting. So all the things that you learned there, you was able to use them in your job that you got after you.
You can say that, yeah.
Okay. Well, that's cool, man. Now, I'm going to ask you this. Do you think, what would you say to any person that's looking to join the military?
I'd say make sure your head is together on your shoulders right before you go join. It's a beautiful opportunity. I think everybody should go out and join. That can. But it is tough.
Okay. All right, cool. So there it is, you guys. You got to hear from a veteran from the Navy and his story in a nutshell. We'll probably come back and do a part 2 or some other things, but we're going to end it right there. And salute. Appreciate you, sir.
Yep, appreciate it.
And we'll catch up with you guys on the next video.
Thank you very much.
You have a great day.
You too.